Okay, so in this problem, we're going to be looking at rationalizing the denominator and transforming fractions. So there we go. Transforming fractions with the radicals in the denominator, or equivalent fractions with no radicals in the denominator, is called rationalizing the denominator. Before the common use of calculators, fractions with rational denominators were preferred because they were easier to calculate or estimate. With calculators today, there is no computational advantage to rationalize the denominators. However, the skill of rationalizing numerators or denominators is useful in calculus. So we're going to go ahead and rationalize the denominator, and what that means is we want to get the denominator out of, or the radical out of the denominator. So to make this square root of 3 so the radical isn't there anymore, we're going to actually multiply it by itself. So we're going to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the square root of 3, because we need to do it to both, because we have to multiply by 1. So in the numerator, we're left with 7 times the square root of 3 over 3. And you can't cancel these 3's out here, so that question would be done then. So we're finished with that one. Alright, so then over here for letter B, we're going to rationalize this one, 2 over 3 plus the square root of 5. Now if we have a sum or difference with a radical in the denominator, then you need to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. So that would be 3 minus the square root of 5 instead of 3 plus the square root of 5, because we want to get the radical out of the denominator. So it's kind of like the difference of two squares. When you multiply the denominators together, then you'll have no middle term, which means that the radical will be gone there. So we distribute the 2 in the numerator. So 2 times 3 is 6, minus 2 times the square root of 5. And then in the denominator, we will have 3 times 3 is 9. And then 3 times negative square root of 5 would be negative 3 square roots of 5. And square root of 5 times 3 would be positive 3 square roots of 5, which is 0. And then we'll have minus square root of 5 times negative square root of 5 is just 5. So this gives us 6 minus 2 square roots of 5 over 4. And then since all 3 of these parts are divisible by 2, we will divide all of them by 2, so we have 3 minus the square root of 5 in the numerator and 2 in the denominator, and then we just rationalize the denominator. And we have a little note down here. It says, when rationalizing the denominator or numerator which contains a radical expression, use a suitable radical expression equal to that one that contains the conjugate. So there we go, they're talking about the conjugate here, and that would be rationalizing the denominator.